It's the one and only Taylor Swift.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
That's the only bad thing is that I haven't seen you in forever.
I blame you. You had to get so big.
Whatever. I'm still here.
Hey, this is Taylor Swift with the one and only Lee Richey.
It is 12 minutes after 3 o'clock. Lee Richey on this Monday afternoon on CJ Country, and I am just so happy to have on the phone somebody that you're going to be hearing an awful lot about in the days ahead. It's an exciting day for her as well. Please welcome Taylor Swift. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I am doing just great, thank you. Folks need to know you're my MySpace buddy.
We are MySpace friends.
Yes, that's how we set this up. Now, we have been hearing and reading and all sorts of things about Taylor Swift, and you've done some cool things. We'll talk about that. But we've really been waiting for the music, and today is a special day. Tell us why, Taylor.
My single release date is today. It's been a pretty good day for me. I've been counting down for a really long time, so it's been really exciting. This is pretty much your whole life up to a point.
Taylor is on Big Machine Records, which is the record company that Toby and Scott Borchetta formed, and now they've split, so Scott's the head of that, right?
Good call. You've done your homework.
I've done my homework. And the single, now we want to make sure people don't get confused by this. This is not a Tim McGraw single, but Taylor's...
My single's called... It's called Tim McGraw.
Taylor's a little cuter than Tim is. But I do have to mention that you're sweet 16, right? You're only 16.
I'm only 16, you're right.
Oh, wow. And but you sound a little more mature, I think, for that age.
Right.
Now, the song is called Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us.
A lot of people, before they hear the song, when they hear the title, they're just like, what is that about? Is she a stalker? But no, it's really about, two people who fall in love, and their song is a Tim McGraw song. And every time they hear that song, even after they're apart, it takes them right back to that place.
Now, how many people can relate to that? I mean, really, people have songs that bring them back. That's true.
I think it really deals with, country music. That's exactly what a good country music song will do, is take someone right back where they were the first time they heard it, and just bring people back to the emotions they felt at that time. And I just think it's really cool. It deals with the haunting power of music.
Did you write that song?
I did. I've been very, very fortunate to be able to write every song on this album. And
wow.
Not many new artists get to do that.
Not at all.
So thank you to my record label for letting me do that.
Now, you're from Pennsylvania, is that right?
Very good. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and my whole family moved down to Nashville 3 years ago, and we live in a town called Hendersonville, right outside town.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's really pretty. We have a lake and
is that where Johnny Cash lived?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's where Johnny Cash lives, and Gary Allen has a place out there, so it's been really cool.
So do you like it better than Pennsylvania?
I do.
Now we're not too far from it. What part of Pennsylvania did you live in? What part of the state?
I lived right outside Reading, Pennsylvania, in a little town called Wyomissing.
Okay.
So, and I used to go to the Jersey Shores in the summer.
Yeah. Well,
all that good
goodness.
Stuff.
So now you're label mates with Danielle Peck and James Ingram.
Jack Ingram.
Jack Ingram.
And Jimmy Wayne and everything. And the label's been doing great. We had our first #1 8 months after opening our doors with Jack Ingram.
That's pretty exciting.
It's been really exciting. Jack Ingram, I'm a big Jack Ingram fan. So
he's great. We had a chance to interview him while we were down in Nashville a couple of months ago, and real great guy.
Oh yeah, great guy.
Now, while we were there, we also got to see you, and I was telling you a little bit off the air, at a little showcase that the labels put together at a club down during Country Radio Seminar Week. What was that like for you? That was a lot of fun, but was there a lot of pressure?
It was a lot of pressure because, there were literally all the radio people that I was going to meet on my radio tours that were there, and I never really get nervous, so I couldn't say I was nervous. I was just really excited to do it. And, I'm up there on a stage with Toby Keith and Jack Ingram. And
yeah.
It was really cool. I really appreciated it. And then I've been doing some full band shows lately. Like I got to do a full band show at the Riverfront stages during Fanfare, which was absolutely amazing. And I'm so excited to do more of them because they're just so high energy. But I've been doing a lot of acoustic shows lately too. So
Fanfare must have been kind of crazy, huh?
Fanfare was my first time being at Fanfare as an artist. Last year I was interning for all these different artists, driving a golf cart around. So that was a very humbling job.
Hey, Taylor, have you got a couple minutes? Would you mind if we played your song?
I would love it.
Why don't you give it a little introduction here?
This is my first single. It's called Tim McGraw. It's one I wrote, forthcoming album in October, and I really hope you like it.
Oh, yeah, that is Taylor Swift and Tim McGraw. Good job, Taylor.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Great song.
Thank you so much for playing it.
Now, you've got the album, which is slated to come out in the fall. And
It is.
you've going to be doing some going around the country, meeting people, going to radio stations. Do you have a web page that people can go and find out more about you?
Go to taylorswift.com or myspace.com/Taylor Swift, and I write everybody back personally.
There you go. And you're just kind of getting into this. Today's the release of the single. What so far has been the most exciting thing to happen to you?
Oh my gosh, the most exciting thing. It really depends. I mean, there's so many different things. I think the first time I heard my song on the radio was the most exciting thing that ever happened to me. My whole family and my best friend were all sitting in my driveway because we knew that the song was going to be song tested on WSIX. And so we had the car stereo turned all the way up. And, you know, the DJ had told me that he was going to song test it. And when he came on the radio, I was so panicked out thinking he was going to forget and do some other song.
Yeah, right.
And he came on and he said, up next on tonight's showdown, we have Faith Hill versus Tim McGraw.
Ooh. Oh.
And I was just like, what? That's Tim McGraw, they're not going to do mine? And so I was freaking out thinking they were going to forget it, and he comes back on and he goes, well, we have Tim McGraw, right? No, wait, it's a song called Tim McGraw.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, God. And then I started to realize that he was putting me up against Faith Hill.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, why would you do that?
Wow. So what happened?
I won.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like... I didn't know whether to be happy or sad because I love Faith Hill so much.
Well,
but it was
there
just
you go.
like, oh my God. I was kind of mad at first when I was like, you put me up against Faith Hill. You're crazy.
That's amazing. Just a taste of things to come. Now, we're a NASCAR station. We do NASCAR races on the weekends, and I know you've had a little bit of a NASCAR connection. Tell the folks about that.
I did a commercial with Darrell Waltrip for NASCAR Auto Care Products, and that was amazing. I got to drive a red Corvette and meet Darrell Waltrip and everything. It was really cool.
That is very cool.
It was awesome. It was filmed in Charlotte, so it was really fun.
Let me ask you this, Taylor, before we let you go. I know that today's the release date of the single to radio, and can folks get a copy of this single if they're like iTunes or someplace like that?
They will be able to in the following days to weeks. So we'll get on that, and it'll be. I'm really excited. I'm so excited, and just have everyone call in and request it because that would help me out a lot.
Well, we wish you nothing but the best, and the song is called, folks. The song is called Tim McGraw. Taylor Swift is the artist, and she's just awesome. And we thank her so much for calling us here today on CJ Country. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you very much.
Hey girls, this is Taylor Swift, and you know how Lee Richey sounds all hot and handsome on the radio? Well, just remember, radio guys never look like they sound. He's got a face for radio, but I love him anyway. Isn't he cute? I've talked to Lee. I have him in my cell phone. Yeah.